Broken things can become a blessing if you let God do the mending. Welcome to Broken to be Blessed Network, where dynamic women will share their experiences that will inspire, and experiences that have turned out to be a blessing. Now here's your host, Samantha McNeil.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Broken to be Blessed Network. We welcome you this evening, today, whatever time of the day it is for you, wherever you are. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss all that is happening right here. We provide you with testimonies, inspiration, and empowerment. And I also want you to know that there are times when people might have their journey and their testimony. And that is why I call it journey, because it is your journey. It is where you are. It's okay to be wherever part of the journey you are. And I believe that right here on Broken to be Blessed Network, it is a safe environment where you can feel comfortable, you can feel at ease to share your journey and your story that is of empowerment, inspiration, whatever it is, so that you can touch somebody else, encourage somebody else, motivate somebody else. And this evening, I have with me a beautiful lady, Cassandra Gardner. Oh my God. She is here this evening and she's going to share her journey with us. Hey, Cassandra, how are you doing today?
Hi, good evening, everyone, and good evening, Miss Samantha. I am blessed to be alive. This is 2021, and it's Cassandra Gardner Campbell. Yes, I am happy to be here, and I'm happy to be with you. It's a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you so much for wanting to share on Broken to be Blessed Network. I am thrilled and happy and excited to hear about your journey. So go ahead and share and tell us a little about yourself today.
Okay, my name is Cassandra Gardner Campbell. I have 11 brothers and 3 sisters. I'm from a large family. I'm a teacher by profession. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist who loves the Lord with all her heart. And I was a mother of 1. What's more about me? I love children a lot. So I say some persons were born to be teachers. Some were trained to be teachers. There is this attachment. I think I didn't get the training. I was just born to love children.
Awesome, awesome. Nice to meet you and nice to hear that you're a lover of children. Awesome. Yes, it is in fact a gift. I tell you, a beautiful gift. Okay, Ms. Cassandra, we are going to have you now sharing your journey and your testimony with us. Go right ahead.
Okay, my journey and testimony. Okay. I was a mother of 1, beautiful little girl, born April 19, 2006, Celine Campbell. She was all I had. Well, as I told you about my brothers, I grew up with a lot of them because it was 12 brothers and I lost 1. And I remember while we were growing up, we used to say we're not gonna have a lot of children because I grew up with so many. However, it was I didn't say it was 1, but God blessed me with 1, and I cherished her very much. Brilliant little girl from birth. She was everything that if I needed a child again, I would want her all over again. I keep saying that. I remember when she was young, a little baby, you would have to put her on the bed when it's 7 o'clock and turn the news on. And I was always wondering, what is it a girl watching at 7? And you couldn't move the news. She was always watching the news. She grew up to love books. She was, I would say balanced. She loved books. She loved dolls. She loved cars. She loved bikes. She loved everything. So it was like a boy and a girl in one. Years went by. She loved the church. I grew up in the church. And I grew up in the church because I had said to God one evening, it was another story. And I said, God, when I have a child, I'm going to ensure that I grew up in the church. And so that is what I did. She got baptized when she was 10 years old, Seventh-day Adventist. We had fun. We did everything together. And I can tell you, if you knew the story, I never leave her to go anywhere. So I was marked with her. If I was seen in the town, they would ask me where she is because I don't leave her. And even to date, when you look at her, she died 13. She's my twin. And so we did everything. She had a lot of goals. She was somebody who was goal-oriented. She always writes stuff down. She's a writer just like me. So she writes everything down. One of her greatest wish, I remember, she always talk about it, was to go and travel. And I said, you know, if I'm going overseas, I am not going to leave you. So if I get through, I will not go without you. However, we did get through, and Canada was the plight. So we went to Canada. It was 2019, just the same, from July. And I can tell you, she writes everything down. I could read exactly all her words before we went away to Canada. What happened before school, everything, she wrote it. And even when she got back, she wrote it down. And I was always amazed. If you go in the bathroom, she writes on the door, everything. There's always a little thought. She was always leaving a message. She loved. I always say she loved. Because everything about her was, I love you. Love is this. I was looking at something that she did. I remember I was helping her to do it, an embroidery. And she wrote, love is the key. We went to Canada. We had tons of fun. She wanted to go to Disney, but when we went to Wonderland, she hugged me, and she would, oh boy, you'd love her. She's a cuddly person who hugs everybody. And then she say, Mommy, she hugged me like the night when we went to Wonderland, from the day until how much o'clock. We had so much fun. I said, Mommy, I don't want to go to Disney. I just had so much fun here. It's all that I wanted. And, we came home and reminisced all of that. Beautiful experience. She loved it so much. And I remember we had a little situation, and then with a family member, and I would lie on the bed, and she was saying to me, Mommy, no worry over that. Guess what? Your family. I keep telling people, you can't change them because they are your family. You just have to love them. So whatever the situation is, you just have to love them. Those are always our words. I said, Mommy, don't worry about that. Still your family, good, bad, and ugly. All your family. And I said to her, wait, who is the mommy? Me or you? Girl, you're 13. What are you telling me? But I appreciated then, and I appreciated now, because now I understand. She gave me so many messages that I didn't even realize. I look even on a test paper for 7th grade when she was doing it. She loved the fruit of the Spirit. So she wrote all of them down. And joy, love, peace. And she was talking about a teacher and say that she is very God-fearing. She wrote at the end on the back of the test paper. She was very God-fearing and she loved the Lord. She said she liked this teacher who prayed for everything. God is really good. And this is what God wants us to do. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are, where you are. I was like amazed after. Why would a child be doing a test? At the end of the test on the test paper, she wrote all the fruits of the Spirit. She keep writing stuff about God there. And I'm saying she was extra special. Yeah, I said it. This must be somebody who is different. So we had all that fun, talk about all of that. And I remember she went to school. Yes. Our new class, grade 8, and went off on holiday in October. And I remember the Monday, I have 2 sisters who were always promising to take her out. And trust, we heard about dengue going around, all around, dengue fever. We hear about it. We got scared. We took all the stuff that they say we would. Nobody here was sick at home. And then it was Heroes Weekend. And the Monday, my sister called her and so I'm taking you out today, but when God is ready to work, you never understand. She keep promising her, both of them, over and over and over. Something always come up. But I remember for that particular one, this time it was not a joke. She dressed up like a boy. She loves to dress and she loves to dance. She loves to speak. She is just a natural speaker too. And she dressed up around 3 times and I keep laughing at her and say, yes, your auntie's conning you again because they keep doing it to you. And she said, Mommy, don't say that, we're going out. Anyway, this time it wasn't a con. But little did I know that, it was just preparation. God gave her all the wishes that she wanted. So they came for her, she went down and meet them and they had a ball. This was like the Monday, This was like the Monday. He was Monday. And she had fun. She took the photos. She's a very photogenic person. I can show you my room. I can show you a collage. She had so much memories. When it comes to photo, everything, she takes it. So that's good capture. See, she came back the night, I remember, the Monday night. And I said, girl, she went downstairs. And I said, girl, I took her. I said, girl, remember school Tuesday morning. So you need to pack your bag and stuff like that. And she was a bit hesitant, I remember. And I said, remember tomorrow's school, because the Tuesday was school. And she came up and packed. She was not sick. She didn't have any signs of dengue or anything. She went to school. The Tuesday, healthy girl, regular routine. We got up, had worship. She never goes to bed without praying. She never got up without having worship, both of us. We did all of that. Wednesday, she was not feeling well. When she came back from school, the Tuesday night, she called me while I was on my way home. But I thought it was just some regular headache, and yeah, she had a little bit of that, and then she was okay for the night. But in the night, she was sleeping with me, and the fever came on her, and it wouldn't stop. I had to bathe her over and over in the cold water. Anyway, when we woke up in the morning, she was much better. The fever was gone. But I said, you weren't going to school because that fever could be still in your system. And I remember the Wednesday, I said, okay, I'm going to take you to the doctor. And when I was at school, I went to school. The rain fell so hard. I said, when I'm coming down, I'm going to go and get her. And the rain fell so bad. I called the doctor and, he told me what to do and said, don't bring her out in any rain. Since she had that fever, don't bring her out in any rain. And that was it. And then the Thursday morning now, she was low. And I said, I'm going to take you to the doctor. If and but I was getting ready for work because she wasn't so bad. If and but. And then I said, no, I'm going to take you to the doctor. I was going to take her to a private doctor. And then what happened, I remember what the private doctor told me, that if it was something like that, I have to take her to the hospital. So it don't make any sense to bring her there. So when I took her to the hospital, we reached there maybe after 8. And trust me, it was the longest day. There was nobody to help. There was no nurse. When we went there, a crowd was there, just the same, like they were suffering from the same thing, and no nurse around. There was no registration. I never got I was about to leave about 2 times to take her somewhere else. I remember one of my church sisters said to me, you just have to wait because remember that this is the hospital. And if she having that, it's only they who can help her, so I might as well sit down. Boy, it was after 1. Imagine being there from 8 until after 1, and she was drinking the water and all of that. Finally, I get to talk to somebody, and when they go, the doctor check her, they gave her a bed, and we were there. And they did say they have to do that test for dengue, and they do it. And I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and I watch her. She was weak. They gave her 1 bag of drip, I remember. It was some Cuban doctor. He wasn't really sure because the language difference, and there were a lot of stuff that he didn't understand, and I could not understand why is it that they don't have somebody helping him, as he was just there new. Yeah, we were there until night. It was about after 7 when I called one of my friends and said, the result is not back yet. That was so long. And I was running a joke and said, boy, it seems like she have to die before you guys pay attention. 1 drip for her entire day. Come on, and she's always wanting water to drink. That was it. When the result came now, they say she was weak. The doctor was trying to give her, put on the more drips on her. Now they said that she'd have to be rushed to Cornwall, emergency, because the cells went down very low. It was so bad. No, that's the time now. That's the time they're giving her a lot of drip, whole lot of drip. Her poor body couldn't even take it anymore. A whole lot of drip. I remember in the ambulance, and I sang all the way from Lucy right to Cornwall. I begged her, I told her that, remember the God who we serve, that she's not to let go. Because God never let go of us, so she's not to let go. And I remember I went into the emergency room and I smiled and I said, God, if this is our emergency room, God, this is your emergency room, we need you now, because I couldn't believe it was an emergency room, because everybody was casual, children crying, everything, parent needed help. Anyway, we got a bed and they string her up and give her more drip. And she was always thirsty, I remember. And I keep giving her water because I had the water. And I know I keep seeing her closing her eyes, and I said to her, Celine, don't close your eyes. Remember, you don't say your prayers yet, you can't go to sleep. Are you tired? And she just keep closing her eyes, I remember. And I said, come on, you have to pray. She closed her eyes, I say her prayers, and she said a prayer, and then I remember there, and then she was closing her eyes. I said, come, you need to sing with mommy. I stood all this time, and I were closed from in the morning. And I was saying, come on, this is it. You need to sing your favorite song. She has a song that she sings. And I said, I'm gonna sing with you. And we were singing, all I have in these hands and multiply, God, all that I am, and find my heart on the altar again. Set me on fire, set me on fire. And she was singing, and then I didn't hear anything. When we reached the chorus, she closed her eyes, I didn't hear anything. And we reached the chorus, and I said, here I am, God. I saw when she held her hands up, arms wide open, pouring out my life, gracefully broken. And I sung, and I said at a point, it's like I knew, but I didn't know. She stretched her hands up, and I say, it seemed like somebody called her, and she just walked. That's the time when all the brokens, and there were about 20 doctors coming out, because her diaphragm started going up and down and everything, because she let go. And I screamed, I lay on the floor, and I screamed, and they did so. They moved her. She had all the doctors that I never saw before when we came in, about 20 of them. And trust me, they did everything. They did everything. They pushed so many things in her. I said, she can't manage all of that because she was already weak. I lie down on that floor and I screamed to God. I screamed to God so loud. I said, this is your daughter. It's your girl. I'm not saying she was perfect, but she loved church. She did everything right. She didn't give me any trouble. She was that little girl that everybody wanted to have. And she loved everybody. She was Miss Popular, chubby girl, but very popular. And I said, I screamed and screamed and I screamed. And I remember she said, Mommy, my foot feel cold. And I wrap it with her towel. I remember I I get to tidy her, put on her dress. There was a pretty dress, 2 of them. And I put it onto her. And then that was it. That was it. That was the story. That was it. I screamed. I couldn't, it happened so fast that I could understand if she was ill. But then I couldn't understand after that, to say that somebody could die so quick. Happy Monday, well till Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, everything went down. And it was that kind of drama. And I'm not saying drama, but I don't know how to tell you. I don't know how to tell you. I can't express even today what I feel, what inside is. But she died October 24th, 2019. 1 year later, so we're going on to a second year, and I couldn't believe. I can tell you, I said not even my enemy. I said to somebody, I felt what God felt when he sent his only son to die on this cross. One son, one daughter, no more children. What do you do with the person that you love? When that person that you is missing, how do you replace it? Yes, you're a Christian. This is more than the trial. This is more than the valley. This is more than the tests that when we go to church, we talk about having tests, to have a testimony. But how do you explain? How do you explain to somebody who's a non-believer that God is real? How do you smile in the midst of this? Because that is where we are judged now. You go to church, you are the Christian, you do. I can tell you that even like a couple of days later, when I hear them talking, at church, they always talk about the spiritual warfare. But I never experienced it until I experienced it. All in that time, all I felt was to walk. So even at night, they had to watch me because I'll open the door and go away. I just wanted to walk. And I remember I left home one day going to Montego, take a bus. I didn't even know. Took a bus in body, sat in the back. And I remember the devil took my soup, everything out. My body was just in the bus. And he took me straight up on a mountain top. And he said to me, where's your God? Where's that God that you love? Where's that God that your daughter loves so much? Where's that God that you preached to her classmate about? She tried to do everything right. Where is your God? Where's your God when you lie on Cornwall Regional floor and you scream for him? That's what the devil said to me. Where is your God? Look at your daughter. She was a baptized member. She did everything. She preached, she teach, everything there. She was the perfect role model. And when you needed your God, it seems that he didn't hear you. I remember he took me up there and he showed me my daughter's life. Can you imagine? That wasn't in mind. My physical body was in the bus going, but my mind was not there. And I said, I never knew that it could ever happen like that, but it did. And so I can share it, that the devil is real. But he took me there to show me everything, all the good things, and say, where is your God? How can you trust this man? How can you trust this God who left you alone? And I said to him, no, devil, he didn't leave. Look at God. He sent his one son to die. He said that some of us will have to carry the cross too. It's just a pity that I have to be the one of them. But he said, but then again, why not me? Who am I? He said that some of us will have to carry it. And I said to him up there, I said, God did not send his son to die in vain. So he's not going to allow you to take everybody, because his dying would be in vain. And trust me, I can tell you that the story never ends. The valleys never end. Don't think it gets, I hear some people come with counseling words. It gets better. It gets better. Because what gets worse is when those you expect to be the ones not to say certain things, and they say it, that gets worse.
Wow.
So you might think, and I always get one, you get many. I said to somebody, you know, they look and they say, oh my God, yes, I lost a whole lot of weight. A whole lot. And they would say, you look so pretty. I say, yes, that's why I love God, because he looks at the heart. Because looking at my outside, that is not going to give you a true of what is going on. But God is good. Like I say, it is good. Look, there is when I cry so hard. I can't tell you. I even on the ground, take off my clothes and I lay on the rug. There are days and there are moments that you're gonna feel that way. You're gonna feel like God is not there. And I can tell you right throughout the process, whoever you are faced with something similar, you are going to feel like you have lost it all. Because that's how I felt. I say, God, I do everything with your children. I'm the children's ministry director at my church. I do everything, and they can tell you when it comes on to the children. So, you know, some might say, you should not have been the one to walk this valley. You shouldn't, but I say to them, I am no better than the because I do sin too. But we have to remember that we have our own valleys to walk through, and we have to walk. And not every day. There were days, every Thursday, I always say a Thursday is a bad day and a Friday for me. Because every Thursday I remember as if it was yesterday, everything that occurred, right through. And a Friday I remember all the stuff she used to do, preparing for the Sabbath and stuff. And when that is missing and you look around and you don't see, that's not a good feeling. And then you cry to your God again, because you are one with it. And then there comes a point when you go back and say, what is it that you did wrong? What is it that you